Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach and author of the Crimson Cure. And this is my perspective to all of the Muslims. Ramadan Mubarak. Thank you, Ty. Said when you are moving like a bird of prey, you should be sent back to the wild. This was crazy because I was actually going to do a completely different show. And I'm still going to do that show another day. But this was actually kind of crazy. Okay. Hold on for 1 second. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Okay. So the reason that I wanted to talk about this is because several issues. Ain't no way a married woman's supposed to move like this. This is how you don't move as a married woman. Now, this is a clip of Miss Mika from the Anton Daniels show being interviewed, and I gotta say, the brother that's interviewing her is a smaller channel, but when I say he got her all the way together with them questions, when I tell you he got her all the way together, and I didn't even finish the interview. I didn't even finish the interview, baby. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you, tell you that I finished the interview because I did not. But the parts that I was listening to, baby, he gathered her. She was gathered as well. She should have been. As well, she should have been. Y'all can hear me? Because there ain't no way on God's green earth you were supposed to sit somewhere and represent your husband this away. I'm not going to talk too much. Because I wasn't going to. Listen, I was going to leave that whole Anton, Mika, Corey. Notice I ain't talked about that. I did my one video about it, and I said, oh, it's getting real messy. Let me go ahead and leave that alone. Because listen, I look at mess. I don't get involved, I do one of these when it get I say, and when it get real messy, I said, because I got my opinion. I said, you know what? I don't even think I need to get on there and say my opinion like that. But beloved, when I tell you, thank you, Too Tall. Thank you, sweetheart. So I know you get ready to cook some. Oh, baby, we got the cook. We got the cook, sweetheart. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, Too Tall, for the contribution. I appreciate this and any and all contributions to the show. Thank you so very much. And he is, because lead attorney gathered him together. I watched that gathering. Like I said, I just said, I watched lead attorney gather him together. I don't know why you would say anything about an attorney that have practiced law and argued in a courtroom for more than 20 years. He is an expert at receipts. All he do his whole career is be gathering of a receipt and a presentation of a receipt. So I know you didn't try to go against a bona fide lawyer. Y'all watch that gathering? I meant to do a show on that gathering. I said, ooh, I don't know. It might be just a little too messy. I'm not sure, but that was a gathering to be observed, baby. But we gonna go ahead and get to this one right here, baby, because this interviewer, and from the way that they are communicating, it sounds like she knew of him prior to this interview. You know what I'm saying? They may have had some business dealings or something like that. I'm just going, because he gonna walk her all the way down. Baby, he made her walk the plank. Baby, he made her walk the plank. Miss Mika, it wasn't a good look, beloved. It's a lot of women been on these panels and on this internet around these spaces have not been on a good look. I don't understand. Love you too, sweet man.
Policies that took away a lot of freedoms, like the Patriot Act and other just ridiculous policies.
All right, so let's get into Anton Daniels. Here's my thinking. With your vast erudition or knowledge in politics, was that the connection or bond? Because as I understand, he's a conservative and much of his rhetoric, if you will, is political.
Correct.
Is that fair to say?
That's fair.
That is fair. Was that the bond or the connection between you and Anton?
Absolutely. So I was a watcher of Anton's content way before, I actually knew Anton. So that is one of the bases of my connection with Anton, and also the financial conservatism too, because Anton knows a lot about financial decisions.
Okay, and how would you describe your political relationship with him?
Political relationship, what do you mean?
Yeah, so is it primarily the relationship or the friendship you have is primarily about politics?
Well, no. Well, the relationship that we have now is primarily business.
Or prior to, when you say now, there's an emphasis that maybe it was different prior to.
No, the only prior to is before I knew him.
Okay.
So before I knew him, of course, I'm a consumer at that point.
Yeah.
So I'm, looking at Anton, like I said, from the conservative politics and the fiscally conservative
Let me just pause.
Shows he used to have.
Let me pause this for a second. Miss Mika, beloved, my beloved. Are you hearing the way that she's talking about politics? All of this stuff she learned from Anton and being around Anton and talking to him and listening to his viewpoints on political issues and things of that nature. Now, it's all right to glean information from other sources. Things strike you and say, oh, okay, well, that sounds all right. It's a difference. It's a difference. It's a difference between hearing something from somebody else and it click for you, it turn a light bulb on for you, and what sounds as if you are taking on the mindset of somebody. As a wife, ain't no way in the world you supposed to be, from what my eyes can see as a woman, fawning over and really showing a lot of appreciation to what another man have elevated you up to and have taught you. So what, your man ain't got strong political views? He don't be teaching you a whole lot. So you had to get up under another man and learn everything that he was going to teach you. And then you was like taking it on because it was like, oh, he was showing you so many different worlds and he was showing you so many different angles and just so many different aspects and things of that nature that your husband don't do. He better than your husband. Because when she starts talking about her husband, baby, he is a non-factor. When she starts talking about the man who married her, he is a non-factor in this conversation. I'm going to let it play.
Yeah. And what was it that caught your attention to stay connected to the work that he does?
Before I knew him?
Yep.
Oh,
You said you was a consumer of his work. Yeah.
It would be like the Millionaire Morning Show. That's actually what I did watch. I didn't know Anton's other shows until we started working together.
Sure.
But the Millionaire Morning Show, it has, like I said, it has different components of news, financial information, politics,
Sure,
and a little bit of pop culture, which is my lane.
Yeah. And even with that being your lane, how did the lanes collided, if you will? Meaning that at some point, either you reach out, you email, you DM, you say, hey, this is great work you're doing. It's something that I'm interested in knowing more about. How was that establishment?
So Anton reached out to me.
Sure.
And he asked.
Well, let me ask you this, just for clarity for the public. When you say he reached out to you, so if you're a consumer of his work, how does he know to reach out to you?
He doesn't know to reach out to me.
So how
it just happens that, well, I watch a lot of people.
Sure.
Online, but it just happened that he emailed me. I have my email up on my on my Instagram. I have it up on my
but that's what
YouTube.
I'm asking. How did he know? How did he establish connection with you to know to email you?
Well, from what he told me, somebody sent him my work, and so he wanted to work with me, so he emailed me.
Okay, so someone sent him your information, and then he decided to reach out to you.
Mm-hmm. Somebody sent him my content, and he decided to look me up. He got my email, sent me email.
And if you can be transparent, what did he say in the email, or what did he say that established your interest to move to the next step?
Well, when I got the email, I already knew who Anton Daniels was because I'm watching Anton Daniels.
Yeah.
So he asked if I would be interested in doing an interview. I said, sure.
Okay. And the interview does he normally invite guests to come on?
All the time.
Oh, he does?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anton has like one-on-ones with pretty much anybody. If his audience finds somebody intriguing, which is how he found me in the first place, then he'll bring them on, or if he finds them intriguing. Yeah.
And then you establish this sort of cordial friendship, if you will. Mm-hmm. It's a friendship at that point because you weren't working.
No. So once I did after I did the interview,
if she a fan, 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 she a fan. If you're a fan, what's so interesting about you that he should reach out to you? Because most of the people that he reached out to for like interviews and things of that nature have some type of platform. They got some type of traction, emotion, some more than others. And he would interview them and things of that nature. People on the panel could have simply been people that eventually came up from the audience, and maybe they was able to carry a little something on the panel, so they was invited back to the panel. That happens. But he walking her down, walking. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One day these old boots are gonna walk all over you. That's what he walking her all the way down. I just want you to listen to. We ain't got to the juicy part. This the walk down.
Interview did really, really well.
Okay. And what was the interview about?
Everything. Anton asked me stuff from relationships, like my thoughts on relationships, because Anton does relationship panels and all of these things. So from relationships to politics to whatever he can come up with.
So it wasn't really a targeted subject, if you will.
Nope.
It was just, I want to have you on and I want to interview you about whatever comes to mind, or whatever he is interested in talking about.
Correct.
Some people would say that's a cake bake. Do you feel it was?
What's a cake bake?
A cake bake is when I have a sort of a hidden agenda, if you will, for reaching out to a specific person sort of making you believe that it's one thing and it could be something else. I may have insidious characteristics. And then once I'm able to lure you in, if you will, I sort of cake bake that situation, meaning that now I have your attention and I have you a part of my space, if you will.
Well, I've never heard of that, but I mean,
that's why
there could be people that can, but I can tell you right now, Anton was always like straight on for professional. Like there was really
no. I'm not questioning his character.
I'm just saying like there's nothing really that would fit into what you were, what you're describing. Yeah.
So to you, based on my definition of cake bake, inviting you to come onto the show to have a conversation about no particular topic, or at least a topic that he would serve as a prowess, did not feel like a cake bake.
No, because, and especially, and let's be clear, especially in the independent podcasting space.
Sure.
Some podcasters are, particular, you and I would be amongst the top, because a lot of them don't really have an actual angle.
Yeah.
They get around.
Now, she may not have known what the actual terminology was, what he meant by cake bake, because I had never heard that term before. Okay, I had never heard the term cake bake before. So she might not have known. Ooh. She might not have known what he meant by that term, but when he described it, that's exactly what that was. You didn't think it was that? He called you up there to talk about much ado about nothing. You worse than Seinfeld. It's a show about nothing. You wasn't even popular enough for him to just want you up there to shoot the breeze with you. He just wants you up there. We ain't got nothing particular to talk about. Nothing in particular. We just kicking it, We just kicking it. But you ain't got a lie to kick it. You ain't got a lie. You ain't got a lie to kick it. But maybe some people do got a lie to kick it. She's trying to run that same game her husband that she run on her husband, because we have not seen this man, and apparently Antoine has not seen him either. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going.
They talk, they do this, that, and the third. So it's not uncommon that somebody might say, "Oh, I like what you said there. Hey, you want to come on?" And it might not be anything in my field or lane, but that doesn't stop them from reaching out.
And where's the show taped?
So he tapes in Detroit.
So he's in Detroit. So you had to fly out to Detroit?
Correct.
Did he or the show pay for you to come out?
Correct.
And did they pay for your room and board as well?
Correct.
So you stayed in a hotel. Actually, let me pose that as a question. Did you stay in a hotel?
Correct.
You did stay in a hotel, and you stayed alone in a hotel?
Correct.
Okay, just because these are questions that have come in, so I just want to bring some clarity. At what point do you believe the public and other people started paying attention to your friendship?
I think probably when I started to actually be a regular.
Okay, so give us that timeline from when he flew you out, you participated as a guest, you're done with the show, you fly back home. At what point from that last time up until you became a regular were you in communication with him?
So,
like months?
So after I did the first interview,
sure,
probably maybe a couple of weeks after the interview aired and Anton could actually see how it was doing, I got a really good response from his audience. And so his audience decided, and that, to people that don't know Anton, Anton is a big advocate of what his viewers and his watchers think, his chat, all of it.
Before I let her continue on, let's be clear. Let's be clear. And this ain't no heat and no shade. This is all clout chasing, all of it. She went up there. She made herself and her husband look crazy, all in an effort to clout chase. Because after she was not allowed to be on camera on Corey's show, you know, Corey grimy, okay? So Corey said some grimy stuff about how she can get on, you know, and he'll help her and all this other kind of stuff. And the way it's shaping up, it seemed like, you know, she can reach out and touch a helping hand, like, make this world a better place if you can.
That he calls him his co-host. A chat is like what's Anton is a
advocate of, you were saying,
of listening to what they like.
I see. Okay.
So if they like this or that, he will pay attention to it, and you know, he'll try to implement that in the show. So Anton watched how everybody, you know, pretty much loved the interview. They're, you know, like this part about it. Oh, I think we think she's smart. We like this. She's pretty. Blah blah blah. Whatever. And so,
people actually said you were pretty, because you are. Yes. You're beautiful. But we used to work together, woman. Yes. So I know this stuff. But I just want to make sure that I'm really captivating the responses that the public wants. So people were saying, you know, based on what he shared with you, that people said you were beautiful, you were smart.
Well, no, it's not based on what he was sharing with me. It's based on what's still on the page.
I see.
Yeah. So you can see that in the comment section. And of course, when it aired, you can see it in the chat.
Sure.
So you see all of these different things and you're like, okay, well, if this is something that people are interested in, then I should explore more on it.
Okay.
And so Anton decided that he was going to revamp one of his channels that he canceled, called Fight Club or something like that. And he decided to make it like a nightly talk show.
Okay.
And when I guess he went on one of his live streams, and as the bag chasers, as they're.
Let's be clear again. There is a method to the madness of having certain women on those panels. Her and the other couple of women that are now regularly on Anton's panels are good-looking women. Let's just be straight. And good-looking women attract men to spaces. Men like to be places, go places, or see good-looking women. It just is what it is. And those good-looking women don't got to be talking about nothing in particular. Okay? Long as they sit up there and be cute, they can sit up there. And it is a marketing strategy. Okay? So not only is it paneling where people like to hear the dialogue and the banter and things of that nature and be interested in the topic as well. You know, if you got two or three or four decent looking to good looking women also on the panel joining into these conversations, then you're going to draw attention simply from that. People will be in the chat for that, if nothing else. You'll get engagement for that, if nothing else. I'm going to get into the meat of it because we have not gotten to the foolishness. The reason that I didn't fast forward immediately to the meat of what I'm talking about is I need you to hear the walk down, because this brother here is masterful with his interviewing. He needs to be really somewhere interviewing folks for real, because he is masterful with his question line. I hope he don't never let up. Question folk respectfully, but directly. And that's what I like.
Called, what they thought, and a lot of them would bring Mika. And so
you were heavily requested your appearance.
Yes. And you can, and I tell people this all the time, with Anton, 99% of the things that he does is on camera.
Yeah.
So you can go back and just look at the comments.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm just curious, does he also recruit males?
Yes.
So right now the team is made up, if you will. So let me make sure I understand this. The show, which are you hired by him currently on a show?
It's called Room 9 now, but at the time it's called After Hours. Mm-hmm.
So it's called Room 9.
Mm-hmm.
It was called After Hours. And how many regular guests or co-hosts rather are on there?
I want to say 5 or 6 now. So when it started, it was just me and Quentin.
Okay.
A gentleman named Quentin.
Sure.
And then it grew.
Okay. And now it's made up of male-female ratio, which
correct.
is, what's the male-female ratio?
So 1, 2, 3, so maybe 4 females, 3 males.
4 females, 3 males. Okay. Yeah. Are you a paid employee?
Correct. Well, I'm contracted.
Contracted.
Correct.
Yeah. And do you have to fly out every time?
No. Most of it is virtually. Only when we're actually like doing something, some like a bunch of content where we have to go there.
Yeah. What sealed the deal for you in working with Anton, or at least felt comfortable to say, I want to stay on as a contractor and I really like what he has? What sealed that deal? So you become a guest and then you go back home and then you decided to accept the offer, if you will. But what sealed it for you?
What sealed it is I had already started in my podcasting process, and while I was there, I just in that small day and a half window, I got to see Anton's work ethic.
Sure.
And I got to see what goes on behind the scenes in podcasting and what actually how I can actually get to these numbers and, just things that a lot of people charge for.
Yep.
A lot of people sometimes, especially in Black and brown communities, don't want to tell, like it's some type of secret.
Yep.
Or somebody's going to steal their job.
Yep.
And so I was able, to benefit from being able to see this firsthand.
Mm-hmm.
And did you hear what she said? This alludes to what I was talking about earlier. She's enamored of him. There's nothing like, for a woman, our femininity just flutter in our little bodies like little butterflies. There's nothing quite as attractive as a man that know a little something about a little something. And he teach you a little something that he know about a little something. Mm-hmm. We like that. Women like that. Oh, you know how to do this and how to do that and what kind of connections, and you know how stuff really go, and you can teach me how we go. I can learn. Ooh, and you can connect me. Ooh, you see how she said he didn't gatekeep no information. He got a work ethic. Why are you so smitten by these attributes in another man that's not your husband? I can see a single woman admiring masculine attributes of a man that she work around with, because she ain't got nobody. Any man that come around and seem like he on the ball and seem like he really can get it shaking and moving and this and that. Women like that kind of thing, All us, we like that kind of thing. That get us going. Ooh, he really be shaking and moving, and he got motion. That's what the young girls say. He got motion. We like a man with motion. We do. We like a man with motion. Anytime he got more motion than us, or he got a kind of motion that we don't know about, and it can be on a small level. It ain't got to be no rich man. If you in the hood and the guy he don't really be like in the hood like that. He may live in the neighborhood, but he don't be in the hood like that. And he do a little something of this, and he interested in a little bit of that. And once you get to talking to him, he know a little something about how to do this, and he know a little something about how to do that. We be like, oh, okay. He become intriguing to us. But that should not have the same effect on a married woman that's supposed to be getting that from her husband. See, you're not supposed to be so taken by that from another man if you're already getting that from your husband. Then that's not so impressive to you, because you actually live with the man that's the man, okay? Your man got motion. So another man having motion, that don't do nothing for you. You can recognize it, but it don't sway you. You're not, you don't become enamored of that. That's like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he got some motion too. What you start to think about is, how can his motion connect with my husband's motion to boost my husband and therefore boost me? See, a woman that's operating in her femininity is going to try to see if she gets around another man that's got the same work ethic, or maybe he has different connections, a way. Her hypergamy starts thinking about a way to connect that with that. And that is this other dude and whatever motion he got. Now, my man got motion too. Now, if I can just bring him over to my husband and let the two men connect, just bring them over here. Let the two men connect and see, do they get along? See, can they have a meeting of the minds? Now, if they can have a meeting of the minds, oh, baby, my man gonna hook up with this guy, probably work with him on some kind of project or something like that. And baby, my man gonna get into the door, because I know he was trying to get into a such and such industry. This guy's into that. Maybe he can help my husband get his foot in the door of this type of little industry. So what you're doing as a wife, see, that's how a wife works. That is the power of the femininity in your wife. That's how we actually help you. That is how hypergamy is actually supposed to work. See, hypergamy is not such a bad thing. If you do it right, it can be a great thing. This is what wealthy men and successful men who have wives bring their wives around company for. That's why they bring them over there. She may or may not know a lot about the business aspect of what's going on, but he don't bring her over there to, fill in spreadsheets and do the technical. He don't bring her. He bring her for the feminine energy. This is why these men go for real feminine women, because a feminine woman can attract. We attract, and we become attractive, but that attraction need not be sexual. The masculine is brought off guard by the feminine, even if it ain't sexual. The masculine is meant to be finessed by the feminine energy. So when a woman walk in the boardroom, Her presence supposed to soften them men up. You know, they get to smiling. It's a woman in the room. Even if it ain't they woman, it's the boss's woman. But it's a woman in the room. She smell good. She dressed and appointed very well. She's carrying herself respectfully. She respect that her husband. And she's doing what she's supposed to do. Business wise, she's being polite and she's being friendly and feminine. Not so friendly as to getting anybody to think that they can sleep with her. No. She's polite. She's cordial. She has a feminine energy that invites you to her husband. It doesn't invite you to her. Ooh-wee. I'm cooking, if I must say so myself. Her feminine energy attracts these men to her husband. She's the bridge. She the bridge. She the bridge. They say, oh, Mrs. Such and Such, how are you? Now he cheesing. Now he soft. She done brought in the files. Or she done brought in, oh, I made muffins for everyone. Y'all gonna take a little lunch break for the meeting. Hey, baby. All right, everybody. You guys have a good one. Don't work too hard. You know, some kind of little quip. And the men will be just outdone, baby. The men will be outdone. That's what these men be talking about. I bring my wife to sweeten the deal. I bring her. Miss Mika is not doing that. Miss Mika drew that energy to her. Exed her husband out. You gonna sit down somewhere over there. Just sit down. Because I have found a man that's not my man, but I almost kind of wish he was, because he got some qualities that I wish you had. You don't even be having them. And he got a work ethic. We're going to go on a commercial break, and I got a nice little surprise for y'all as well. But first, I need y'all to go to ashkicking.com. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. If you want to keep your skin looking and feeling its absolute best, then you need the body butter that is on the screen right now. If this is going to be your first order, then please take advantage of the 10% discount using a promo code Crimson at checkout. Once again, that link is ashkicking.com. Pick yours up today. I owe you guys a bam, 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 bam. We got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. We got to Let me read the super chats. I got the tutor. Quiet Faith, been a member for 18 months. I appreciate that level of support. So he put in a dustpan, had a making up words and stuttering. Now, the very next thing that I want to show y'all before we get back to that, the men in particular are going to love it. Hold on to your butts.
How do you know when you're doing a proper push-up? You don't know, and you won't know until you have one of these. Are you tired of doing push-ups and not seeing the results you want? It's probably because you're not getting a full range of motion. Cheating your reps means you're cheating yourself out of gains. But what if there was a way to guarantee a perfect, full-range push-up every single time? Introducing the proper push, the revolutionary machine designed to transform your workout and make every rep count. Watch this. As you go down, the proper push ensures your chest touches the button. Then you have to come all the way up, hitting the top button, forcing you to complete a full range of motion. This isn't just about going up and down. It's about maximizing muscle activation. With every proper push-up, you're intensely engaging your chest, shoulders, triceps, and core. Consistent, full-range reps are the secret to building real strength and a chiseled physique. But the proper push does more than just guide your form. It has a built-in rep counter. That's right, no more losing track or getting distracted. The machine counts for you, so you can focus 100% on your effort and breathing, pushing your limits without the mental gymnastics. This is accountability like you've never experienced before. It holds you to a higher standard, turning every workout into a session that builds elite-level strength. Think about it. While others are doing half reps, you'll be mastering perfect form, becoming truly elite. The proper push isn't just for experts either. If you're just starting out, the plank mode is perfect for building foundational core strength. And for the seasoned athletes, the timer mode will challenge you to crank out as many perfect reps as possible against the clock. This isn't just another piece of gym equipment. This is the dawn of a new era in fitness. An era where you are held accountable, where every single rep makes you stronger, and where you become the elite athlete. The superior trainer, the ultimate warrior you were always meant to be. This is the first of its kind. This is the future. Welcome to the era of the proper push. Click the link below to get yours and start your transformation today. Thanks for watching and get ready to push properly.
I know y'all love that, because that is a never before seen, one of a absolute kind push-up enhancement device. The push-up has not changed in over 100 years. But the question is, how do you know when you've done a proper push-up? The answer is that you don't know until you've had the proper push. You've got dip machines, you've got pull-up bars. Nothing on the market corrects your push-up form and makes sure that you do each and every single push-up rep correctly with a full range of motion from the first rep to the last rep. So what you want to do is hit the link that's at the top of the chat. Link at the top of the chat takes you here. Takes you here where you have the opportunity, the wonderful opportunity, to be among the first people to actually receive a proper push. All that you have to do is come to this website, theproperpush.com/VIP. The link is at the top of the chat. Once again, click that link, hit sign up now. All we're asking is your email. So once you receive your email, there's 2 steps. First is to confirm and verify the email address that you put in. Be sure to check your junk and spam folders as well. After you've confirmed your email address, you're going to receive another email that invites you to our Kickstarter campaign that we're going to be launching very soon. And it invites you to become a VIP member. So once again, come to this website, put your email in, sign up, verify your email address. Then you'll be receiving an email invite to become a VIP member. Once again, make sure to check your junk and spam folders and make sure that you tell your email provider that this is not spam and junk, so that you could be able to receive all of the emails and updates that we have for you as a VIP member and a subscriber, okay? I know you love that. Link pinned at the top of the chat. Theproperpush.com/VIP. VIP. I know you love that. All right, so we're going to get back. We're going to get back to this cook, okay? All right. we gonna let her talk now. You got to get back on it.
That was something, and he was very open about showing me this or that and third, because it wasn't a sense of, oh, this is a threat if I tell you this, or you're going to tell other people and I'm not going to be able to make money.
Sure. So right now, your role as a co-host is virtual.
Correct.
How often do you fly, or what would be the need?
I should get one for my husband. Want me to tell you a little secret? He invented it. Let's continue.
To fly to Detroit.
Only if we're doing other content. So like we did content one time for a couple of times, but in the beginning, the first time was for my channel.
Sure.
So I needed to do a one-on-one interview. So I got to do that plus our after hours.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Does Anton have you on an NDA? I've read that somewhere. A non-disclosure agreement for people who don't know.
Yeah, they always said it because some people pay attention to.
But does he have you on one?
No, I'm not on NDA.
So you're not on NDA.
No, I'm not on NDA. But he does give out NDAs to a lot of people. If not
staff, you mean staff?
Anybody that he works with. So they don't have to be staff if he just maybe interviewed you or whatever.
But were you ever on an NDA?
No.
So what's the exception? Why are you an exception?
I don't think I'm an exception because I don't ask, who's on an NDA. So I don't know.
But you know that other people are.
I have seen him, put people on NDA. But as far as staff go, I don't ask. It's almost like at your job,
Baby, you tiptoeing all the way through the tulips. You just blabbed your mouth about the fact that he puts people on an NDA, but then said not necessarily staff. So say what you're saying. Because when you don't say what you're saying, or you want to say a half of a thing, but you don't really want to say the thing, because if you say the real thing, then you can't really say the real thing because the real thing kind of looks stupid. It look a little sus. So we don't want to say the thing, but we gonna give you a hint about the thing because automatically you know how we are as Black people. You are dry snitching, beloved. That's called a dry snitch. That what you just did. Well, he do be giving NDAs, but I ain't got no NDA. Oh! And so when the brother said, well, what makes you the exception to not having NDA? I mean, I just don't ask. You just don't ask. That is a dry snitch. That is a dry snitch. You just ain't said no names. You done got on here dry snitching and capping.
Don't go, well, what's your salary?
Oh,
what's your salary?
Oh no, they do.
Depending on where you're not supposed to.
They wouldn't ask me.
With HR, you're not supposed to.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, I've never inquired to the other hosts if they have it or not, because I really don't care.
Now, are you paid per episode?
No, I'm paid per month.
Just per month?
Yeah, like YouTube.
Wow. How much does he pay you? I mean,
it
the
depends.
range.
It depends. It depends because we bring in a lot of super chats, which is extra money that the audience gives.
And that's the way he makes the money for the show?
No.
Okay.
YouTube has AdSense and he has sponsorships, things like that. So all of that is factored in, plus anything that the audience gives as well.
Sure. So how much does he pay? We were just talking about that range. Unless you want to specifically say how much.
I'm not going to give a specific
because that's the NDA characteristic.
No, that's my.
Or you want to protect him?
That's
so
my
then how
business.
Much?
That's my business mindset because there are other people on that show. I do not know how much.
So then let's give a range, because a range doesn't pay.
He is working her over. He giving her them body shots. He like boom, 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 boom. She knew better than to answer that question, baby. I wouldn't have answered it either. I ain't gonna hold you. I wouldn't answer that question. I'm not gonna answer how much I make. Why? Let's be real, Bookie, but let's be real, Miss Beloved. She got a lot of word salad because he do. You know Anton got word salad. I'm just saying.
Pinpoint the range.
That's why I said I can do the range.
Yeah, sure.
You asked me to pinpoint.
Sure. What's the range?
So I can do a range of anywhere between 2 to maybe 35.
To what? I don't know. You said $2, $200
to 35.
2,000
to 35
to 3,500 a month.
Correct.
Okay, for your role.
I'm only on that show. So there are some people that are on 5 days a week. There are some people that are on 1 day a week. And for me, I'm only on Thursdays and Fridays.
Okay. So Thursdays and Fridays, you make a good amount of money just for Thursdays and Fridays?
Correct.
Yeah. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of what's been out there. Mm-hmm. So I understand that Anton is married. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you're married? Correct. Have you met Anton's wife?
Yes.
How would you describe her?
She's when I say probably one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life, that lady is probably one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Now, I'm going to have to vouch for that. Back in 2023, I did a show with Anton. I went out to Detroit to do an in-person show with him. It was like the panel that he used to have, and then a one-on-one interview that I did with him. His wife is the one that makes the arrangements and pays for arranges the flights and things of that nature. Miss Rita is probably one of the kindest, sweetest women. Miss Rita is really sweet. Miss Rita is sweet. I immediately liked her. I immediately liked her energy. She had a calm, very feminine energy. And Rita is smart. Rita's smart as a whip, baby. Rita is a whip. Rita's very intelligent. She's very intelligent. And so I would have to vouch for that. I agree wholeheartedly with Mika on that. Miss Sharita is very, very, her energy was just really good. It was really sweet. It was really calm. She wasn't all rah-rah. She wasn't all crazy or none of that. None of that at all. You could tell. And I didn't have a whole lot of conversation with Miss Rita, but you could tell how intelligent she was and how on top of things she actually is. So I have to shout out to Miss Rita. Shout out to Miss Rita.
Yeah. And has Anton met your husband?
In person? Absolutely not.
He has not met him in person. Has he met him over the phone or in DM?
She said absolutely not. Remix.
There's some people that are on 1 day a week. And for me, I'm only on Thursdays and Fridays.
Okay. So Thursdays and Fridays, you make a good amount of money just for Thursdays and Fridays?
Correct.
Yeah. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of what's been out there.
Mhm.
So I understand that Anton is married. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you're married.
Correct.
Correct. Have you met Anton's wife?
Yes.
How would you describe her?
She's when I say probably one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life, that lady is probably one of the nicest people I've ever met. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And has Anton met your husband?
In person, absolutely not.
He has not met him in person. Has he met him over the phone?
Now she tried to manipulate. It was the absolutely not for me. You shame of that man. Miss Beaker, come to the front of the class. Bookie butt. You shame your husband, Miss Beaker. You didn't want him in the same room. You didn't want him in the same room. You didn't want them two men to be in the same room with you. Because energy don't lie. Men can lie. Women can lie. And if you're smart enough, a number can lie. But energy don't lie, baby. Energy don't lie, baby. Oh, baby, bye. Energy don't lie. You did not want to be, you simply did not want and are not going to, if you can at all help it, be in the same room as a man that you are married to, along with a man that has access to you. And when I say access to you, I don't know about any physical anything, but he got access here. And that's a dangerous access for a man to have with a woman that's not his woman. And that ain't her man. Get real starry-eyed. You don't want your man in the same room and you got to sit there and it's another man that you have starry-eyed over. You don't think your man gonna feel that and see that and know that all in your body? The body language, the tone of your voice. Your husband know you. He know when you soft. He know when you feel a certain kind of way. You don't want him to see that. That's a dead giveaway. That's a dead giveaway. Absolutely not. Then tried to gaslight the brother here. Not in person, not at all.
Or by in DM, what other form of introduction when you say not in person?
Because a lot of people assume that, when you have to see people, it has to be in person, or that if you don't meet them in person, then it's something or whatever. So
I'm saying, what's the form of communication? That he met.
If you don't leave me alone. Now he was working on the Megazord. He was working on the Megazord. Was he working on the Megazord? Or was he working on what was Tommy's Zord called? The green, when he was the Green Ranger. He working on a, is that what he was doing?
mean, they don't have a form of communication where they talk back and forth.
Yeah. So, but you said he did not meet your husband in person.
Not right. The drag is on. He was on the side of the game. Don't give me the roasting. I'm sorry. I ain't trying to throw no shade on nobody. I ain't talking bad about nobody. I'm a roaster. That's just what I do. Cause why you say that? Let me back this video up so you can hear this girl talking.
He has not met him in person. Has he met him over the phone or in DM? What other form of introduction when you say not in person?
Because a lot of people assume that, when you have to see people, it has to be in person, or that if you don't meet them in person, then it's something or whatever. So
no, so I'm saying, what's the form of communication? That he met your husband?
They don't have a form of communication where they talk back and forth.
Yeah. So, but you said he did not meet your husband in person.
No. Is
that to imply that he met him virtually?
No.
So he's never met your husband? No. And why is that?
No particular reason.
Sure.
Just I've never had to actually.
It was the sure. The editing work is insane. Did y'all catch that? Did you catch? Please tell me y'all caught that. And the camera work is bonkers, y'all. Shout out to the editing. He is a funky place. Thank you, Original, for the contribution. He in a sunken place. He needs to blink twice. I gotta cut back to that camera. That camera was diabolical, y'all. Go back just a little bit.
In person, then it's something or whatever. So
no, so I'm saying, what's the form of communication? That he met your husband?
They don't have a form of communication where they talk back and forth.
Yeah. So, but you said he did not meet your husband in person.
No.
Is that to imply that he met him virtually?
No.
So he's never met your husband?
No.
And why is that?
No particular reason.
Sure.
Just I've never.
Ain't no way in the world that I done had all this communication with some kind of man. I don't care if it was platonic or as Cam say, platonic. I don't care if it was a business reach out. I don't care if it was a reach out about my brand, the Chris Secure, the book, da. I'm not gonna have more than one conversation, one communication. I'm not having more than one. That's the initial reach out. Where the next communication is to my husband about that communication. When I very first But very first, when Hamp interviewed me, wanted to interview me, I don't even think I would have been on his panel prior to that. I don't remember. I'm not sure. But I watching him and stuff like that. He reached out to me on Instagram. He invited me to be an interviewee on the show. My next comment, I told him, give me a moment, something to the effect of give me a moment. Let me talk to my husband. Because I'm not going to have even a business communication. Ain't nothing going on nowhere without my husband's full knowledge, to the point where I'll open whatever the message was, wherever it was at. You read it. See, this is what was said. What you think, baby? And it ain't nothing in it that's redacted. And you traveling, let's break that down, because now we in the meat of it. You traveling with a man that is not your husband, that is a married man. You moving like a bird, Mika. And I don't know if you care that you moving like a bird. Because on the one hand, you leaning into this bird narrative. On the other hand, you're trying to deflect and diffuse that people think that you and Anton are not in any type of illicit relationship. And because we don't know, the general audience does not know what going on in the background and all that kind of stuff. We you know what I'm saying? It's a little, but it's suspicious. You traveling in and out of state. You are getting on all kind of planes with a man, to be with a man in any capacity at all. And your husband has not stood eye to eye with that man to assess him. You have come all the way up out of your covering. And that's why you look suspicious. That's why everybody is saying you a side piece allegedly, or you might have been doing this, that, and the third, or it looked funny, or it looked this way and that way, because you've come out of your covering. You look weird. It's weird. It's weird. You moving weird. You're not moving like a married woman. You're moving weird. You're moving like a single bird. A lone pigeon in this world. Your husband don't find it suspicious?
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
You don't find it suspicious? That's why you looking silly on this internet. And the more you explain it, the more sillier it look, the more suspicious it look, the more you try to explain it away. And it's this, that, especially when you using word salad to try to explain it. There's no way possible. There's no way possible that I would be able to physically continue to go to some place of doing business and my husband, the man I'm sleeping with every night, my husband, not invited? My pearls are clutching. He not invited. Why? I need the covering of my husband. I don't know what this other person gonna do. We talked on the phone. We might have been on a panel. I don't know you. Not if I got a husband. That's a single woman's move. She ain't got nobody she ain't got no covering. She ain't got no covering. A single woman ain't got no covering. A woman ain't got no husband, ain't got no covering. Unless she got a daddy or a brother or something. Other than that, She ain't got no covering. So she she can try to move with integrity if she wants to, but she still don't have that covering that a husband would provide. Because my husband is invited anywhere and everywhere, especially when it's men involved. Because I need them to know that one right there ain't nothing to play with. And he don't play about me. And I don't play about him. To let the other men know that there is a man that I respect. I respect his covering. I respect his leadership. I respect his authority. And I am off limits to you. No, you cannot clap the cheeks. No, you absolutely not. I'm not even going to give you the aura that you can. And I got a whole husband. We're not even going to put that in the atmosphere. That's right. Ain't no man gonna have no one up on my husband. Ain't no man out there gonna know no conversations and interactions and we went to lunch and my husband don't know that and didn't approve it or disapprove it. No, why he want to take you somewhere? Take you somewhere for what? Matter of fact, hold on. I'll be down there. Give me 15 minutes. And I've been skinning and grinning and hee-hawing with some kind of man. And I got a whole husband. No, of course you don't want those two to meet. Never the twain shall meet.
I've never had to actually do anything where my husband was there. And so if he's there, like when we work together, is here. So my husband's come here. But
when we first met and worked together,
we were in person as well.
Your husband came.
But we were here. We were here in the DC area. Yes, my husband came.
Yes.
So again, if he was here, then yes. But most of my business dealings, and if not all, I usually have a manager or somebody else deal with that. So that's the reason why it's not a thing. But I talked to my husband about it.
How long have you and Anton been business partners or friends?
We're business partners. And
so you're not a friend, because I don't want to provide language that's inaccurate.
That's why I changed it.
Yeah.
We're business partners. Absolutely.
You're not friends.
No.
Okay.
Friends would imply that we hang outside of business.
Not necessarily. Well, yes, correct.
Yeah, like
outside of business.
Yeah,
correct.
like not. We were, me and you were shooting here, and then we just get something. We just get something to eat afterwards, but we are doing business.
Yes.
I'm saying, hey, are you up? Are you available today? Or you want to go out to the blah blah blah?
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Do you believe it was important at some point for you to introduce your husband to Anton?
Yeah, because
I'm sure his wife thought it was important to meet you.
So I can't speak on what his wife thought.
Correct.
But the one time that I would have is when we had an event here, but he had to work. So, yeah. I mean,
but have you been?
So, beloved, are you trying to convince us that you have not had a sniggle and a giggle and kicked the toe up that didn't have nothing to do with business. Y'all ain't had a phone conversation, sniggling and giggling on the phone. Oh, okay. You should get your channel up. You think so? I'm a woman. I'm a woman. We women. You trying to fool us women? Are you really trying to get that over on the women? Not over on the women. You can't get it over on the women. We women. We women. And a woman that does not want to even get caught up in the illusion that she is an adulteress steers very clear of any situation that make her look like an adulteress, even if she's not. I'm going to drop a little something. I ain't going to get real spiritual. I'm going to drop a little something on you. In the Quran, Allah tells us to not go near adultery. Not committed. Not committed. Allah, he said that too in another place, don't commit adultery. But he went further and said, do not go near to adultery. Why? Why not? What's going near to adultery? Doing all the things that could possibly lead to adultery. I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to keep it a whole stack. As lionesses, we are going to come across men that's not our husbands, that we may find interesting, even from a distance. Because he has the quality. Because let me tell you something else about a lioness. We don't just attract the lion that marries us. We're lionesses. We attract all the lion energy, even if he don't have nothing to do with us. The way that a lioness keep herself straight is we don't even talk. We don't talk. We don't go around. We don't make nice. This is why a lot of lionesses are mean. We don't make nice. Because any little crack, because women know who they're attracted to or who they may potentially be attracted to. So any little crack or crevice, we close it. Just close it. There's zero, and when I say zero entertainment, I'm talking about zero entertainment for men we don't know. We don't know them. But we would never, like a single woman might go and like kind of be around because she's trying to present herself. She's trying to put herself in a position to get that man's attention. We never do that. We never do it. I don't want him to pay attention to me because there's a chance I might like that attention. We are safeguarding ourselves and our relationships and marriages by not opening ourselves to the energy of other men whom we may or may not be attracted to. He may have some qualities that we can see because we can spot it from a mile away. We can spot it. And you just close all the doors. You just close every door, every door closed, every door closed. We not study grinning and skinning. We not study trying to make our way around and say hi. We not, hey, no. We close all doors. And this is how we keep our attraction to our husbands, because we do not allow other men to orbit us that we might perchance try to compare him to our husband, and he come up quote unquote lacking this or that. Because that's real. I'm being real. We not doing no holier than thou stuff, because there's women out there that my husband not only would be physically attracted to, but that may display qualities also. See, it's always somebody better than you. So it's somebody out there better than you. And this is why the saying goes, comparison is the thief of joy. She don't like her husband because she has been busy comparing him to whatever good qualities she has seen and witnessed in Anton. And she has compared Anton to her husband, and her husband, quote unquote, has come up short. And so she has lost that attraction and respect for her husband. That's the danger. Whether anything physical has ever gone down or not, the most dangerous part has already taken place. The most dangerous part has already taken place. You cannot allow yourself to open the doors to where the shaitan can play with you, play with your imagination. What if this man this, and what if this man that? If you're a lion, we married lionesses can acknowledge it from a way far distance. Got to keep on moving. Shaitan, you ain't gonna play with me. You're not gonna ruin my marriage. No, you will not. Lower your gaze. Lower your gaze.
Made a concerted effort to make it happen. We do what we want to do, when we want to do it, for whom we want to do it for. And if something is really important to you and your family, either on your end as a wife, you absolutely make a concerted effort for this man, or
go ahead,
or Anton as a man says, I want to meet your husband just because you're married, and I don't want any messaging or anything else to be misconstrued by him or the public. So it's fair that I introduce myself. Has that conversation happened?
No, that conversation has not happened. And I understand what you're saying. My thing, again, my business dealings is normally with me, my manager, things like that. But
my husband, let me translate that. My husband ain't got nothing to do with what I do out here with these men to get this money. He ain't got nothing to do with that. He need to go over there and sit down, because when I'm over here shaking and moving with these men, and it's usually men, because men have money and men have connections and resources. So I use my beauty. He's not invited because I'm using my femininity and my beauty to open these doors. And I don't need him looking at me sideways about how I'm using that. Many times it would be inappropriate as a wife to be using it or talking in such ways, even if I'm not talking sexually. There is an energy that you can and cannot carry as a married woman. Even if you're schmoozing with your femininity, you got to be careful. It's a thin line to walk. It is a thin, very careful line that you must walk, but you must walk it, okay? And you must not cross it. You must not overstep those boundaries because you cannot come back. Your reputation get hurt for that. So, and men lose respect for you, and by extension, they lose respect for your husband because of the way you are moving. So if you don't have the integrity to defer the respect to your husband, to direct the men to your husband, okay, I may be the person that to communicate, but you're going to have to go through my husband. You're going to have to go through my covering. There's a covering here. The men of every ilk, of every socio-economic status, and in every tax bracket think the same way when a woman come around, especially if she cute. And Mika is cute, and she thicker than a Snicker. So when she come around, thicker than a Snicker, and men don't see no man, they see that ring, but how you moving, how you move determine what you think about that man, which then informs them about how they should think about that man. Because if you don't have much respect for that man, you're up for grabs in the mind of a man. Stop me when I'm lying. Men, stop me when I lie. When a woman says she married, but she moving in a way that does not display respect for her husband and her husband's covering, do y'all or do y'all not think in the back of y'all mind, she up for grabs? I can get her, or she can be got by somebody. Way she moving around here, she doing a lot of twisting, a lot of smiling, a lot of laughing at all the jokes and letting the men touch her, touch the shoulder. She done touched the hand. She done got a hug. He done felt your titties on his chest. She's short, so he done felt the titties on his stomach. Titties is soft on a man's chest. They like that. Men like titties pressed on their chest and on their back and stuff. Men like that. Tell me when I lie. Stop me when I'm lying. So all them hugs, how are you? He trying to feel tiggo bitties. He trying to feel tiggo bitties. Especially if you got some. The death sentence is letting any and one of them men put his hand on the small of your back. That's 2.5 centimeters away from the crack of your butt. Girl. Ain't nobody cussing. Titties is not a cuss word. Titties. Women have them. Some big, some small, some midway. Titties.
It's not without my husband knowing. So everything that I do, every place that I go, everything that I'm going to be doing, my husband knows. And I have to actually talk about it with him, tell him what I'm doing, things like that.
How did you reassure your husband this was strictly business? Like if my wife is flying to another state
Because of
At some point, I'm going, or I need to meet this person in person. And it doesn't matter to me if he's single or married. It doesn't matter to me if he feels that he wants to meet me. I want my wife to be very committed and loyal to the idea of her business engagements. I should be comfortable with as a husband. Do you understand?
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
Sure.
But my thing is, I think a lot of people sometimes misconstrue is this. You guys separate for some reason, independent from like big conglomerates, right? So if there's a person that has a business,
Sure.
it automatically changes from if Disney calls you, right? Because there have been other things that I have done as far as movie sets and other things that my husband has not gone to.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody would bat an eye if I'm talking to the director or if I'm going to meet, for a shoot for this or that. Your spouse is not always coming. And so I think
I don't care who would or would not say something. That ain't the point, Mika. And too many women fall into, well, other people don't think that, and other people would do. It's about what you will do. And this is what is the problem with a lot of modern women. Y'all don't have no integrity and standard of your own. Everything is relative to what you think it would be acceptable to the general public, or what would make you look bad or not, depending upon the environment and the circumstances. But what happened to the integrity of moving how you supposed to move, regardless of where you are and who's looking and who ain't looking? This it's giving chameleon. Because over here, you know, if it make you look a little better to have your husband with you, that's who you have with you. But if over here, if you can kind of get away with being slick, you know what I'm saying, and talking this way and talking that way, you know how the old folks say you talking mannish. You're somewhere talking fast. We ain't gonna do this much longer.
I think the notion that just because it's this person, and I understand that people have their own thoughts and perceptions of people, but I think a lot of the times when it comes down to people who are in independent media, they think it's more of a personal level, and still it's business.
Yeah. But I think what people may feel befuddled or confused by is, at some point you put the business aside when rumors are brewing, when images are plastered all over social media.
Now you're talking about a year later.
Okay, so before a year later, let me ask you this. Has there ever been a concern from your husband about your business relationship with Anton?
My business relationship, absolutely not. Because one, he can watch it. Like, he can literally sit there and watch it. And then two, if he has a concern or anything he wants to know, I just tell him.
Has he ever been incredulous? Skeptical?
What?
Yeah. Has he been with your flying out there, or depending on how long you stay, or just the mere fact that I never even met this person? Has he just had that sort of incredulity, if you will, about not meeting your male business partner?
So I think he would like to be, more involved with coming out there. But again, and you know what my husband does for a living. Sure. So it's not feasible.
No, it's feasible, because here's how I see it. if Anton has to get on an airplane and come and meet your husband out of respectability, then that's what a man does.
If that
So
was
it's feasible.
if that no, I was talking about feasible for if anytime I have to get up and go do something. And it's not just with
I know
Anton.
that because your husband hasn't always been on the show when we were doing something. So I get that.
Correct. And
Yep.
so that's what I mean by it's not always feasible. But if it was to that point where he wanted to have, Anton.
Her husband could come meet this guy when they was working together because she don't like that guy. She's not sexually attracted to that man. So it ain't nothing to see here. So her husband was always invited to that, and because she don't like him. Her husband is not invited. I guarantee you she makes the perfect little excuses as to why he don't never have to talk to Anton, look at Anton, be where she at with Anton and nothing like that. Just go ahead, go. I know you got to work, babe. You know what I'm saying? Don't even worry about it, baby. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to stop doing what you doing. Come over here and look good. Ain't nothing going on because she like Anton.
On do something, or if it was, well, I want to go,
Sure.
that would have been fine.
Yeah.
But it's never I don't how should I say it? I don't give a I need to hide this, or it's just I just really feel
that's projection. Nobody said hide. He said introduce. He said introduce. I'm going to use Hamp as an example again. Not only have I been on the show as somebody who interviewed, when I had Hamp on my show to be interviewed, after the show, him and my husband had a long conversation on camera, looking at each other. Out of respect. I didn't say hardly nothing in that conversation. They was getting along like gangbusters. I sat to the side. I said, oh, this is friend. They friends. They friends. Because what am I talking about? I talked about whatever I talked about on the show. And I'm drawing the comparison because it's a one-to-one YouTube stuff. You know what I'm saying? You collaborate with somebody, you know what I'm saying? And this, that, and the third. It's YouTube collaborations. My husband know I'm on YouTube and he know what a collaboration is. So he don't be tripping, but at the same time, it's not about whether he's tripping or not. Come here, babe. He was in Discord. Talking to y'all. Y'all remember that?
Because this is independent, that we are not looking at it as business, because
what is independent?
Because this is so this is your business here.
Sure.
I can talk to you directly instead of having to talk to 1,001 people to get to you.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
With that, it's still a business, but I can talk directly to you. So I can talk directly to Anton. So being that I can talk directly to Anton, I think people get a sense of that, well, because you can do that, then now it's something more happening if you go meet with this person.
Yeah.
Versus looking at.
So if there is an intermediary, to your point, Vanter, Where they at? I'm gonna have to go ahead and get on up out of here after a little bit, but this look crazy. I'm gonna have some final thoughts. We're gonna let it go a little while longer. Because this is another hour, and so we certainly not gonna do that. But
and it's still the same. Yeah, this is not a big corporation, but this is still business, and this is still a person that is going to be employing me, contracting me, whatever. That still has to happen. If I was flying to Disney has to pay for my room and board.
Yeah.
Disney has to do this, that, and the third. And so again, I think because it's a singular person that is easily accessible per se.
That's right. Yep.
Now it's a different notion. Well, this must be for this, instead of looking at it as business.
So let's call a thing, if you will. And I want to really drive it home. Has Anton ever flirted with you?
Flirted with me as a sense of what? Just naturally, like we're sitting here, or because I'm gonna explain.
Well, I don't want to get into wordsmithing.
No, there's no.
I wasn't expecting that because I told you I didn't finish the interview, baby. I ain't know he asked for that. Don't make me go get something to eat and sit here and eat in front of y'all. I'll be worse than old girl to be eating in the camera all the time. Listen. Flirting how? Like a dog flirt with a cat. What you think? He said, don't do him with no word salad. He said, don't do that. You tried it. Boop, boop, boop. You tried it. The trierization is real, baby. I didn't know he did it like that.
No wordsmithing.
Okay.
The reason why I'm asking.
Because then I want to talk about some pictures too.
No, yeah, okay. I got you. But the reason why I'm asking is because there's two different things, right? So Anton does things for content, and then there's things that Anton would do if we're just sitting here.
Okay.
So if you're saying personally, if me and Anton was just sitting here, no. Now, if you're talking about for content, when we're doing the virtual rooms and things for the show, Anton has said multiple things. So that's why I asked which.
He said multiple things to you because you up for grabs, and he know that. So he don't mind to get on a public forum. Anton is got 1 million followers? What Anton got? And that's just one of his channels, is it not? Thousands of views when he go live. Don't he get like at least 1,000 or more people when he go live? Yes. I have not gone to a live in quite some time, but yes, right? Yes, I got the number pretty much right. He talking to you that way because you let yourself be talked to that way. He talking to you sideways on a public panel that anybody can. It is recorded on YouTube servers. Him saying whatever it is he be saying. I don't know what he be saying, but whatever it is he be saying. Got you out here, like I said, looking like a lone pigeon. You just a pigeon in this world by yourself. You just a pigeon in the park by yourself, eating scraps off the ground and fishing through old bubblegum wrappers trying to find something. You be so alone, you don't know how to act when people walk by, you flutter all in their face, you're awkward. Just a bird, just a pigeon by yourself. And all Anton had to do was throw you 1 or 2 little crushed peanuts out of that little $2 for $1 little peanut little bags that you get out the corner store. I love them little peanuts.
Which one are you talking
So
about?
let me hear a few of the multiple things that he said that was a flirt.
What people would consider if he's, saying,
Not people, what you considered as a flirt.
I would say probably if he's like, oh, Mika, you're so sweet, or you're so cute, right? But the problem that I have with it is because I know he's doing it for content, right? And he's not actually talking to me. However, I will say what I probably should have paid more attention to
Sure.
is the fact that people take content as real life instead of just content, right? Because I come from a world where I know entertainment is entertainment, and people say this and that, with reality shows, all of that is just for entertainment. And they go, the cameras cut off, and they don't really hate each other. They talk to each other.
But has he said those things to you privately?
No, and that's why I asked
It's
you.
all been on the show?
Yes, that's why I asked you
Yeah.
the difference. And that's why I wanted to make that distinction. Because if I just said, yeah, he said this word, you would probably think it's just because we're sitting here. That's why I said, no, he has done it for content while we're all, and mind you, he says it to not just me, other women on the panel.
And how did you feel when a married man said that to a married woman?
Again, at first, because you don't understand,
Who doesn't
content,
understand?
meaning, well, I'm talking about myself.
Yeah.
So again, being on YouTube, when you don't understand certain bounds of YouTube panels and things like that, people on panels say all types of egregious stuff or whatever to get reactions from the crowd, right? And so you might personally take stuff a certain way when they were just doing it as a reaction to get people in the crowd.
And so how did you feel?
I didn't feel a certain way. I didn't say anything because I was a little off-putted. But once I understood what he was trying to do, I'm like, okay, well, you can't say.
This is the problem that I'm having with this. And I'm gonna go ahead and get, thank you for the super chats. I'm gonna get to the super chats. This, I didn't know, I wasn't looking out energy. That's Me Too energy. Think about it. This is Me Too energy. I thought about what happened. What happened could make me look bad. So now I have to say it in such a way to where I'm really kind of the victim, or I just didn't really know the real ramifications of everything I was doing. Women are boss bees and empowered and infants that don't understand the world at the same time. This is a woman who sat here and confidently said, with her shoulders out and a little bit of cleavage showing and tight jeans, sat up here and said, confessed to the world with confidence that she can move throughout her business ventures and her money-making ventures without the covering of her husband, and he better not say a peep Do you understand? Because I know what's going on. I know what I'm doing. I ain't got to report it, and I ain't got to hide it, and I ain't got to da. But now, when she's getting pressed about these flirtatious comments, and basically why does she let them fly if indeed they were uncomfortable for you, now she didn't really know how it was really gonna come across. And because I wasn't really thinking about it. Yeah.
Say this and that and the third. It's okay if you're like, okay, I have beautiful women on my panel. That is fine, right? Because people can acknowledge that people look nice and things like that. But it's when it becomes personalized that it looks funny to the audience.
How does his wife feel? Has his wife Rita ever expressed to you her disdain, or have you heard her discuss something with him about her disapproval of saying that to you on a show? Even because
Go ahead.
Well, let me just say this just before you answer. I think there's a line you draw in the sand when I say something because it's content. So I'm producing content here. I'm doing a show. And if I say to you, knowing your husband, wow, you look so beautiful and you're so gorgeous, boy, I wish we could probably just go for a nice drink. That's disrespectful.
Yeah, but he's never said that to me.
Yeah, but
totally different.
He may not have used my words. I'm just saying.
No, he's never done that. Period. Like, oh, well, let's go for it.
But he's called you beautiful.
Oh, yes.
And gorgeous.
Yes.
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 On the show.
Yes.
And to you, that's not a problem. Because it's happened more than once.
Correct.
And I'm not trying to make it a problem.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Sure.
Let me answer your question. So yes, he said beautiful, gorgeous, whatever. But there's not like, well, I want to take you to the whatever, or let's do this and this and that.
Another manipulative tactic of birds. Focusing on the actual wording that was said in order to skip around the meaning of what was said. You know what this brother is talking about. It doesn't have to be that particular turn of phrase. You know exactly what he's saying. He's saying that, he ain't never came out of pocket on that panel. That's what you're telling me? And if he has, which we know he has, it's disrespectful. You know that, don't you? You know your husband being disrespected in your face and you ain't saying nothing, correct? Out of town. And Rita wasn't there and her husband wasn't there. And that
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
It's just,
well, he's taking you somewhere. Let's look at this picture. You guys were at a game when you said he wanted to take me somewhere. Now, I'll be honest. When I saw this picture, I was flabbergasted.
Why?
Because
wait.
Sure.
So go back to what you were saying, because you can't intertwine the two. So you were asking,
sure,
was he expounding on
flirt,
on the certain type of things that he says, and we were talking about him saying it's beautiful, whatever, but not expounding in that way.
Yes.
Now, what is your question that you're asking now?
Because I think I asked it, was it disrespectful? Did you feel that it was disrespectful? And I think you answered it by saying no, because you realize that it's content and people do these shows and they say things. And you also clarified it by saying outside of the show, that has never happened. Would that be correct, what I heard?
Right. But
Yes.
but you use the hook at the end to say, well,
She don't want
taking you somewhere.
Well, I think you meant
She don't want to talk about that whatever game that is they at. How you courtside with a ninja? Throwing up the deuces. Hold on. This is about the 9/11th time I done seen this. Miss Amina. Her husband is white. Can anybody confirm that? Miss Amina. Miss Amina. He's white. I say he said, no, he black. She don't want to talk about this game, but he gonna talk about it, okay? This brother here is on point. He gonna talk about it.
You said something, and we can probably roll it back in post-production. You said something about when we go places or he takes me somewhere. And that's what made me say.
So what I said was he's not adding on to the beautiful or gorgeous, saying, dang, you're so gorgeous that I want to take you to the whatever, so we can do this.
And I thought we clarified that, because I said those are my words. That's what I said. And you did say he doesn't say that.
No.
Right. And I didn't want to put words in his mouth, but I wanted to be clear. So let's go to the picture.
Okay.
Tell us about this. How did this happen?
So this was the day that we did the interview. So the show did an interview, or just you and him? This was my interview day. The first day? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. So this is my interview day, because you can go and you can see the outfits, the same outfit, same everything. Now, what he is doing here is he had already a business meeting set up there. So there is... That's what he told you, correct? That's what happened.
That's what he told you. That's what he told you. Because if that was your first meeting, you don't know him. You don't know what he doing before you got there. And you don't know what he doing while you're there. He wanted you to be there because he thinks that you're pretty. And he also thinks, probably according to the conversations he had with you prior to that you're up for grabs. You're on the market, even though you ain't supposed to be. He know who he is when he talk to you. So when he got you over there, he didn't just put you in the room and then you know what I'm saying? He sent for you when it's time to do the interview, sent for you when it's time to do. He had you courtside because of the way that you looked. If this is your first time, why you showed to the show? What's wrong with you? At a leisure, a basketball game is a leisure. Now, I'm not saying that men don't come to leisure places, sports places, things of that nature to conduct business. Men absolutely will do that. Men absolutely will conduct business at a game, conduct business at a gym. Men they'll conduct business at places of leisure with one another, especially if the interests are the same. So it's not that men won't do that, but you're courtside. First time you seen him in person?
I'm not saying that's what he told you as if that was a cake bake. He told you he had a business meeting and you were invited.
No.
Okay.
So again, back there, probably like on the first level there is a area where if you have, your high roller seats and things like that, you I don't know what they call it there in Detroit, but here in DC, they call it maybe the Ultra Club and things like that, where all the people that have club seats, things like that. Yeah. You have, of course, conference rooms, other things up there. And back there is where he had his meetings. He met a couple of high profile people. They were talking about sponsorships. They were talking about interviews, a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah. I still don't think you answered the question. What I'm trying to get
asked
at,
what was I doing there?
How did, because I said he had a business meeting and invited you, and you said no. So you didn't fall out the sky. They didn't open up the dome and you came down on a harness into the meeting. So what I'm saying is
hold on, ask your actual question.
So this is what I'm saying. The interview is over. The one-on-one interview is over. Correct?
Correct.
What does the conversation sound like to invite you to come here?
Okay.
Because I said you were invited and you said no.
Okay. So no, that's not what I said.
But that's what you said.
Nevertheless, so again, he had business meetings there, and he said, well, I got a couple meetings at the game, and these people I think will be good for you to meet. I said, sure.
And you were the only one from the team that went, or were there other people? I know you were the only interview.
I wasn't at a team then.
No, I'm saying the interview was his staff, his production. Like you have camera people, producers, etc. So the production is over. Did he not only apprise you that he was going and invited you, were there other production people?
Well,
because we all have gone out together after production.
Correct.
Yes.
Well, again, you have production people and everything, all that other good stuff. Anton does everything himself.
Yes.
And I do mean all of it. Unless sometimes, like if he has something else going on, there may be another person there because they maybe have to help him with something else. But if it's only like one thing that he's doing outside of his own videos,
sure,
it's only him.
So his wife wasn't there?
At this one, no.
Right. So you flew out for an interview. Mm-hmm. You went to his studio or place of production. Mm-hmm. Y'all did an interview, and it's just you guys. Correct.
So
that little mood changing, baby. That little mood. Wait a minute, sis. We good for in Chicago calling something little. A little mood. We seen your little mood change. We seen you get this little attitude. We seen your little attitude. Cause you got on there because you know him. You thought he was gonna softball you, and he started hitting them home runs, them speed balls, baby. He started throwing them curve balls, baby. He threw a speed ball so bad. Y'all got me up here past the 2-hour mark. I'll never forgive you. I have got to end this off because this is just too much. I'm not going to do a part 2, but this is too much. We're going to let it go a little while long because he's going to fry her real quick.
I flew to Detroit, got to the hotel, okay, got to the studio.
He booked a hotel for you, the location.
Correct.
Okay.
Got to the studio. His wife came past the studio. That's when I first met her.
Sure.
But she did not stay.
Okay. Let me ask you this, and I'm not trying to be too investigatory, but it gives foundation. Mm-hmm. How far is the hotel from the studio and from his home, if you knew that?
I've never been to his home. So
well, you don't have to go to a person's home.
You said from his home, so yeah. I don't know.
You don't know that. Okay, fair enough. From the studio. Give or take 5, 10, 15 minutes or more.
I say maybe 10 or 15.
Okay, 10 or 15. So then he says,
it's all downtown.
It's all downtown. So he says, hey, I got this business meeting. I'm going to this game. Would you like to go with me?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously you said yes, because you weren't forced into going.
I got this game. I got this meeting.
I had this meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if I'm looking at this picture, are you all on the floor at a basketball game?
Correct, that's the floor.
Okay, at a basketball game.
Correct.
So you went to a basketball game. Did you watch the game?
No, this picture right here, we probably sat on this court maybe 10 minutes.
Oh,
we
I
were
see.
in the back.
So a meeting, and then y'all just went on the floor to take a picture.
No, we just went on the floor, and we sat there maybe 10 minutes, and then they had their,
sat there 10 minutes to watch a game. For 10 minutes?
He wanted to see a little bit of the game. Sat there maybe about 10 minutes.
I'm done with this lie. I'm done with this lie. This a lie. This a lie that little kids tell when you ask them, so you was talking in class too? So why would the teacher make you stand in the corner too if you weren't talking too? Because I had only asked for a crayon. And when I had asked for the crayon, then the teacher had turned around right when I was asking for the crayon. But for those of you who have children, is that not a school lie? When y'all sitting in front, when it's time to pick up the report card, and the teacher, you such and such, oh, such and such, mama, oh yeah, I did want to talk to you. Yeah. Oh, you want to talk to me? Yeah. About little Tommy's behavior. Mm-hmm. What about his behavior? Well, nothing that bad, but the last couple of weeks he has been talking a lot. He sits next to little Jaquan, and I have had to remove him and Jaquan because they sits in the back of the class. You talking in class? Because I had just asked for a pencil.
The quarter ended, went right back to the back.
Okay, and was his wife invited with you guys to the business meeting?
I don't know if she was invited or not.
Was she there?
If she was there, no.
She was not there.
Mm-mm.
Okay, in that moment, did you feel awkward?
No, because I was there for a meeting. So,
but you had nothing to do with the meeting, right?
Let me finish.
Sure.
I was there for a meeting, right? So he's already
lies. You said you didn't have nothing to do with that meeting. You was there for an interview, and then somehow he worked his sorcerer magic, and you somehow got to a floor seats on a game for just 10 minutes of a quarter, and then he raced back up. This is the face of a chick that's lying dead to your grill. She looking you dead in your grill.
Having his business dealings, whatever he's going to do. You're in business. You're in this crowd.
Sure.
You absolutely understand that there are networking opportunities. If I know so-and-so and I bring you with me and so-and-so sees you, you can make networking opportunities. And you also know that it does not happen in a vacuum. It does not happen in offices.
Correct.
It does not happen. You can be at the golfing. You can be at the NBA games, all types of things. So again, kind of like just like the thing we were talking about with it just being the fact that it's just that person that is the business entity. I also think that when people don't know business, or people have never experienced what it's like to network, especially with people that are upper echelon, they don't understand that these things don't happen in just offices. These things don't happen in a particular place. So
we listening to her woman-splain. Not woman-splain. We listening to her hyena-splain to her husband. This is how she explains things to her husband. And he just sits there and just, I don't know what go through that man's mind when she sits there and hyena-splain. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry, the former man.
The former man, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the difference, and you know this because we've worked together.
Mm-hmm.
I go back to how critical it is for the male that you're working with, particularly when it's sort of independent and we are being seen and these sort of pictures come about. It's important to meet and know your husband. And I'm not saying he isn't a man of character because I don't know Anton. And I'm not here to vilify him. I'm just going based off how things look and what the concerns have been in the public.
I can understand, but that's why I don't mind. That's why I don't mind talking about it, because there's nothing nefarious.
Please be quiet. She don't want him to get to the nitty-gritty
that I ever had going on. And again, I never do anything unless my husband knows.
So your husband knew that you were going to this business meeting?
My husband knew that I was where I was.
No, that's not. Let's be very clear with language. So I want to be clear with my question. Okay. Did your husband know that after the show, the interview was over, you were going to a basketball, not a basketball, you were going to a meeting at an arena where a basketball game was?
I don't remember if I told him before.
No, the answer is no. The answer is no. I did not tell him. I did not want my husband to know that I would be skinning and grinning and snoozing and cruising with a married man, and I'm a married woman. And that man's wife wasn't there, and it wasn't nobody that he was talking to. It was just me and him that wanted to kick it a night out on the town because he thought I was cute, and I think I'm cute too. And he got a few dollars. So, hey, I might as well get in where I fit in. So, no, I did not notify my husband, which directly contradicts with the lie she just told that I don't do anything without my husband knowing. That's a big thing for your husband not to know. You sitting courtside with another ninja booed up with your deuces up. That's a heck of a picture to be floating around that your husband don't know about until the public know about it. And you think it's supposed to be able to smooth it over because it wasn't a sexual picture, and things of that nature. But it don't gotta be sexual. It just gotta look weird. I don't remember if you remember everything else from that day. You remember everything else from that day, but you don't remember if you told your husband that you was going to be booed up with Anton at courtside at a game. You don't remember that? I wish I had that clip. Let me get to these super chats. Thank you, Captain. Say your laugh sounds like music to my ears and it's contagious. Thank you, Curtis. Says she got pictures shopping with his wife. Business associates do that where? Right. Thank you, Papa said, but she said they was friends earlier, or am I tripping? Thank you, Silence. And man, it's crazy. I remember stream when she was sitting behind Anton drunk now to learn she was married. Lord. Thank you, RLI. Said Meek is cute. I'll be honest, a lot of men would pursue her. Most definitely. She to me needed to be clear with her boundaries. Her husband should have been part of that process, at least introduce him. Exactly. Thank you, Quiet Faith. Said this went from Lioness and Lion 101 to grad school real quick. Every point made about men and women maintaining objective boundaries was powerful. Thanks for always cutting through the noise. I appreciate you. Thank you, Dad. Said hi, Christmas. Before this interview, Mika, would you have done this interview with Mika? No. Thank you, Curtis. The Tasha K interview is it's worse. How? Oh, baby, bye. Somebody send me the Tasha K interview if you can. Y'all know my email. Thank you, DJ Ice. Thank you, Mogul, for your contribution. Thank you, sweetheart. And thank you, Teddy. Said, Kendra, you got to play the video. Why you always lying? I wish I had that little clip. I do not have that clip.
Or after, but I did tell my husband.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you told, but
of course.
When you say you don't remember
meaning
before or
like,
after,
meaning like,
is it fair to say you told him after?
No, it's not fair.
Because how do you not remember that?
Because I don't remember everything about that day.
No, but you're a married woman who goes. And I want to be fair to you, but I want us
because to me, everything that I'm doing is business. So again,
but a married woman doesn't forget if she told her husband she went somewhere before or after.
No, you're trying to pinpoint a time frame, and I'm telling you, I don't remember my time frame.
Not a time frame.
I tell my husband everything. So yes, I did, and I posted this. This is my picture.
Yes.
So again, if I was trying to hide it, if I didn't want my husband to know it, I would have never posted.
So you think posted it makes you innocuous?
No, I'm telling you that I don't hide anything. I have nothing to hide. And so if I wanted to hide something from my spouse, I would have never posted.
Let's look at the next picture. I thought the next picture was really, really interesting. And in this next picture.
But wait, why are you leaving that one? Why are you leaving? Why are you leaving that one?
What is there more you want to expound?
No, but okay. It's something that you want to expound on because
you said why I'm leaving that picture to go to the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Because I felt like you gave clarity. What I heard you say was it wasn't a basketball game I was invited to. Correct. I was invited to a business meeting.
Correct.
I heard you say I went for an interview, and after the interview, I was asked and I accepted the offer.
Okay.
I heard you say,
brother, every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in. This foolishness just keep on going. I told you I hadn't finished the interview, baby. Is this episode good, baby? I'm just as enthralled as y'all is. There's 600 people in here. I'm just, I have to get off of this thing. But this is just a, come on.
That I apprised my husband, or you told your husband, this is where you were going. You couldn't remember if it was before or after, but either way, your husband knew. And the final thing you said was, you posted the picture.
Correct.
I have nothing further. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Next picture. I was flabbergasted by this picture.
Okay, tell me why.
Because there's no way my wife would be physically touching, leaning on a married man, leaning on a single man, leaning on another man in a way that suggests I'm feeling you, I like you. This is really some sort of.
Why do you think that says I'm feeling you?
Even if it doesn't say I'm feeling you, I don't want my wife.
Why do you think?
Yeah.
Why do you think that suggests that I'm feeling you? Because
okay, let's.
I got to stop it. I got to end it. I have to go. Hubby say I got to go. So I got to go. I don't know what other. Thank you, GA. Said thanks for narrating the foolishness. It's crazy work. I gotta go, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. I don't know. Maybe it'll be another interview to Tasha. I don't know. But I'm out. Thank you for hanging with me. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, the Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.